Hello once again from the Saville Community Sports Center here in Edmonton. We're on the south campus of the University of Alberta. Getting ready for the second game of our doubleheader. Should be another beauty. It's the University of Alberta Pandas hosting the University of British Columbia Thunderbirds. So glad you could join us here on Canada West TV, CBC Sports, and CBC Gem. My name is Grayson Knutson. Pleased to be joined by Carly Jansen and Mariah Walsh, a pair of Panda alum. And this one we've been looking forward to all night as well. We've got two teams inside the U Sports top 5 going head-to-head here, and both teams on winning streaks as well coming out of the holiday break, Carly.
Yeah, and it's a rivalry. I remember, the week leading up to playing UBC, you're excited. You've got that little fire burning that's starting from Monday, and it's just getting bigger all the way to Friday. So it'll be really interesting to see these two teams come out, especially short after the Christmas break. They're itching to play volleyball, so it'll be a really fun match, I'm sure.
Mariah, when the Lady Thunderbirds see the men come in here and win, does that give them a little boost?
I think it always adds to the energy, although when your guys' team loses, you try to say it doesn't affect you at all. So I think it is a good, I always liked playing after a good match, and that was certainly really high-level volleyball. And Carly was saying before this, it was an upset, so I think it just gets everybody fired up. Anything's possible.
We'll be back with First Serve in just a second, but now the national anthem. Green and Gold Legacy Night here at the U of A. There's some free foam fingers and banners, and I think there's a face painter around for everybody as we just celebrate the University of Alberta athletics. Green and Gold Pride. Starting lineup now for the UBC Thunderbirds. 13-1 first in Canada West, second in U Sports. Number 4, Akash Grewal, third-year outside hitter. Number 5, Izzy Robertshaw, the second-year setter. Number 12, Katrina Pantovic, the fourth-year outside hitter. Number 13 is Claire Cosarini, fourth-year middle blocker. Number 16, Emma Doyon, the third-year middle. Number 18 is the third-year setter and outside, Lucy Borowski. And number 17, the fifth-year libero from St. Albert, is Casey Jost. For Doug Reimer in his 27th season as a head coach of the Thunderbirds. Now the University of Alberta Pandas starting lineup, 12-2, second in Canada West, number 5 in U Sports. Lauren Tremblay, the veteran, the fifth-year outside hitter. Number 6 in her second year, middle blocker Allie Moore. Number 12, third-year setter Eden Wade. Number 14 is Lila Johnston, the second-year outside hitter. Number 19, first-year middle blocker is Ronnie Dixon. Number 21, freshman outside is Abby Guzin. And we also have the libero, the steady, number 5 in her fourth year is Callista Knappett. Head coach in her first year, Carolyn O'Dwyer for the Pandas as she takes over, of course, from Lori Eisler. We've got number 2 in U Sports in the Thunderbirds, number 5 in the Pandas. This should be an absolute dandy of a match.
Yeah, I think anytime those rankings are matching up at this time of the year, it's exciting. But independent of that, anytime there's a T-Bird Panda matchup, it's also exciting. So I think we'll see the best that these athletes have to offer.
Feels like the Pandas and the Bears have a lot of rivals. Trinity Western, UBC, obviously McEwen from being in Edmonton, University of Calgary, just natural with Alberta.
Mount Royal, because they live in
Mount
Calgary.
Royal, because it's in Calgary too. Yeah, you're right.
It's true. I think it goes back to what you said earlier, just like the green and gold community. There's a lot of pride. And I think it makes it easy to do all that prep when you think of them as rivals.
I suppose when you have the history like the Pandas and Bears do, you do tend to gain a lot of rivals as we are underway here. The T-Birds will poke that one over. There's a swing from Grewal. Nice dig by Knappett. Tremblay from the back. Couldn't quite snap the wrist at the end. Opening point on a bit of a lengthy rally goes UBC's way.
I think we're going to see more of those lengthy rallies, as we saw a couple in the boys' game, and it's crazy how the intensity of these two teams when you get those rivals of just the grid and the defense and the offense.
Robert Shaw puts it into the net. And of course we do have a few Albertans on the UBC squad, which brings in some friends and family, which always makes the atmosphere fun. The server here is Johnston. That's into the net as well, so neither team off to a great start from the service line. Early errors for both sides.
And you know what, sometimes you see that when you are playing that rival, you get a little bit too intense and tense up a little bit. But as the game goes on, that kind of, you get into that game zone and you kind of forget about that.
Good serve from Grewal. That swing from Guzin goes into the net. Another look at it here, just a long ways off. Tried to put a pretty heavy swing on it, but not able to complete the play. Here's Grewal serving again. It's a good serve from Grewal. Guzin, that one will get down.
That's a great pass from Lauren Tremblay, and I like this choice from Eden Wade to go back to Guzin. At this point in the match really early, you want your outsides feeling confident. So to give her a nice set in system and give her the chance to kind of make up for that last one is a great choice.
Here is the Sherwood Park product now. Partially blocked, chance for the Pandas to attack. Johnston from the back row, and that one goes out the back as well.
Yeah, a little bit uncharacteristic for Johnston. I'm sure we'll see the Pandas go back to that. She's a really key part of their offense when she's back row.
Claire Cosarini, the server. Wade with a setter dump, wasn't great, and then it was knocked back and easy for Dixon.
Yeah, Wade's dump there wasn't, the most perfectly executed, but it was nicely put towards Cosarini, who's a middle blocker playing defense. Would have been different if Jost had have dug that ball. And then Ronnie Dixon backing her up nicely.
And here is Dixon. Puts it into the net.
And I like to think, even though maybe it wasn't the most successful dump by Eden Wade, I like to think that now they have to think she's in the offense, and even though it didn't score, it's something else that the Thunderbirds need to think about.
Pass from Guzin. Little tip over from Allie Moore.
Now I'm thinking that Allie Moore must have watched a little bit of video for that one, and that was perfectly planned. There is no defender ready to dig that on the UBC side.
Serve from Wade. Big block, but it's out! Pantovic really unleashed there. Johnston got up, but just on the wrong side of the line for the Pandas.
Yeah, nice swing there from Pantovic. You can see how dynamic she is, really getting after it. I think sometimes she is blocked, but a lot of the time she beats those blockers.
Pantovic will serve. That one goes long. Now we saw Wade serve, and of course Eden Wade is the starting setter. No Justine Collodi for the Pandas in this one. She's done the majority of the setting. This is just the fifth different set that Eden has played in, so a big opportunity for her to step in to the starting lineup. Ace there for Tremblay. She was 6th in the conference coming into action today in that category. 6 apiece here early on in the opening set. Grewal rolled it over, great spot.
Oh.
But a little bit of a cringe there from you, Mariah.
Nothing taking away from Grewal's execution there. That's a hard ball to hit, but she looks like she felt lucky. And the Pandas, just not to notice her body position was a little bit disappointing. That was really the only thing she could do with that ball. So they really need the front row left side Guzin to come in and dig that ball.
Johnston down the line. And it is out. The linesperson, a little bit indecisive, and our head official here has ruled this one out. We'll get a good look at it here. I think that's the right call.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but yeah, I think the linesperson was correct in making that call.
Yeah, Doyen making a good call there. Her foot's right on the line, so she knows if it's outside of her, it's out.
Johnston just poked that one, blocked by Casarini. Guzin! Wow!
A great ball by Nappet, giving Guzin the ability to hit that trouble ball, but again, that's a trouble ball, and it's a tough ball to hit from that angle, and really good job of just going at it.
The freshman has no fear going up and swinging as Moore puts that one into the net. It's a few errors now on Alberta's side from the serve. Izzy Robertshaw, the second year out of Calgary. Guzin, another one.
Yeah, nice.
Go ahead.
Great start to the match from Guzin. Again, she's getting a lot of these kind of high balls with a double block, and she does a really nice job of cutting it super sharp. The blockers will need to adjust.
There's a big swing from Borowski that is dug up by Tremblay. Little tip from Guzin. Wade, back row Johnston had to readjust there. Grewal on the line.
Good swing there from Grewal. That was maybe a few inches from the end line. And this is in transition. Lots is going on. Great swing.
Akash Grewal out of Vancouver will do the serving. Puts it into the net. Abby Guzin now back at the line for Alberta. Didn't start the year in the starting lineup, but when she got her opportunity, took it, and now Carolyn O'Dwyer can't take her out of the starting lineup. Guzin with the dig in the back. Tremblay's roll is passed up. There's a good kill from Borowski.
Yeah, that's very nice transition there from the T-Birds. Pantovic here picking this up nice and easy. One thing, certainly when we were playing, that was a theme in the UBC offense is if somebody dug a ball, they're not normally getting set that same ball. So I think we'll see that a lot tonight. The dig comes from 4, the set goes to 2, and vice versa.
Tremblay played that one over. That one through the block and down. Pantovic with the point.
Really nice aggressive swing by Pantovic. I think Pandas would have had that block. Both blockers were there, just a little bit of a late press or not really pressed, and aggressive block. They would have blocked that or had a better touch.
Serve from Casarini. Little step from Dixon. High tip.
Ooh.
Trouble, and it will get over. More defending to do for Alberta. And there's a good rip once again from Borowski.
That is a tough angle to dig between 1 and 6, that deeper angle, especially when there's two defenders there. They have to kind of cross pass difference. One's a little deeper, one's a little shorter, so that's a tough ball to dig.
13-9, UBC in front. We'll take a break and be right back on Canada West TV.
Look at this view. Soak it in, everyone. This is our city.
Global News. Our city, our news.
Back inside the Saville Center, Grayson Carley and Mariah here with you. Thunderbirds off to a good start, up by 4 here in this opening set at 13-9. UBC comes in on a winning streak. They defeated UBCO last weekend, 3-2 and 3-0. Meanwhile, U of A went to Saskatoon and swept the Huskies. 3 straight. It's going to be a battle for seeding as we get towards the end of the season here, and this is a big contest between these two schools. Tremblay blocked. Another big stuff, this one, Borowski and Doyon.
Tremblay doing a good job of, the ball was a little bit inside. Triple ball, they're not perfect, but Tremblay doing a good job of going in and wanting to hit that ball and being aggressive. I think the defense around Tremblay just needs to support her and know that there is going to be a solid block on her.
Cosarini, the server. Tremblay lets it fly, going down the line that time.
Yeah, nice swing there from Tremblay. She does love that line shot. We can see here, UBC has a spread block, so Borowski's starting pretty close to the antenna, but Tremblay really only needs the width of the ball to score.
Another missed serve from Alberta here, a little uncharacteristic in this opening set.
I was going to say, we saw a similar thing in the boys' game where they would do a really good job, get that point, and then not help themselves get any momentum by getting that or missing that serve. So I think that's one thing they need to keep in mind during this game.
What a block that is! Moore was rejected by Doyon and Pantovic.
Yeah, great block there, but like I mentioned before, there needs to be some support on the Panda side, and I think Napa did a really good job. She was there for that cover, almost got it, and Ali Moore just needs to keep swinging.
Serve from Borowski finds the net. Still a 5-point lead, though, for the Thunderbirds. Eden Wade out of Acme, Alberta. There's a step that's blocked by Tremblay. And that one will go for Pantovic.
Yeah, a good swing from Pantovic. Not the easiest ball to hit. She's kind of way inside, but she's another very physical player. She hangs in the air and kind of made that adjustment. And I think when the set's not perfect, you always have to be alive to the possibility of that high roll shot to position 1.
Tremblay able to hit that one over. Now Grewal, cross-court kill. UBC very efficient in attack here to start, and another timeout called by Alberta. We'll take a step aside as well. 7-point lead for the T-Birds here early in this first set. Stay with us on Canada West TV. Look at the Thunderbirds huddle. They're up by 7 here in this opening set. Alberta has to make the adjustments now, and what would you like to see from the Pandas?
I think maybe just a little bit more energy. I think they're having a tough time of getting a string of points. UBC is doing a good job of, not letting them get that string of points, but I think just they've dug a couple balls, but I think they just need to turn those balls into something else.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more balance in the Panda offense. One thing I'm noticing right now is Borowski and Pantovic are both getting lots of volume scoring, and that just makes it difficult to defend, where we've seen most of this be about Tremblay so far.
Speaking of, there she is again, and somehow able to get that one off the block for a point. Lauren Tremblay just steady as she goes, as she does every season. She's top 10 in kills per set and hitting percentage, as well as aces. There's a back row look that's blocked. Big time stuff. Allie Moore in the middle.
If the Pandas are going to get some points, I think this is a really good rotation for them to collect those points and close the gap. They've got 3 tall, big hitters in the front row, so offensively and defensively, they should be in a pretty good position.
Grewal, though, will put it right into that pot again.
Yeah, nice choice from Grewal. We saw this in the men's game. That roll shot that kind of dies in front of the defense can be really effective. I think she's one to watch, though Grewal's already showed a bit more craftiness, some off speed, so the Pandas, particularly Nappet, needs to kind of be attuned to that.
Victoria Dacre comes in and gets an ace as she serves for Emma Doyon here. Dacre, the 3rd year out of Mississauga, Ontario. There's a good pass from Tremblay. Moore could only tip it over. Sent back on the Pandas side. Johnston down the line.
Ryan was mentioning this earlier. There's kind of a focus on Tremblay, and I think that's what we need to see. Johnston usually getting a lot of volume as well, and she makes a big impact, and the more players you have fired up, the harder it is for the defense.
This is an Alberta serve sub. Allie Moore out. Misha Hamid comes in. Freshman from right here in Edmonton. Cosarini just pokes it over. A little bit of trouble for Alberta, and Goosen can't find the angle.
Yeah, that's a tough one to watch in January. I think the defense there, we have 2 people going after the same ball. It's kind of an example when the libero steps off the court, it really shakes things up. So Hamid maybe wanting to take control of that dig so that Dixon can go and be an offensive option. And then Goosen, a couple times tonight, just a bad set and not when you want to be making an error on. Just put that ball over, trust the block.
Trinity Selecki subbed in to do the serving here. And Johnston gets it off the block, and that's a point. She's trying to get her team fired up. Fortunately, she's going to have to step out now as when you get a serve sub with Mackenzie Poole coming in.
Yeah, this is one of the strengths of the Panda squad this season. That 4th outside hitter who's a really viable option. Poole has played a lot this year. Can come in back row, front row, and that just really strengthens their game.
Dug up by Dacre. Grewal! Nice cross-court effort there from the number 4.
Yeah, Grewal's doing a really nice job of coming out strong in this set and finding those different angles, really working, and we mentioned it earlier, really working the block and seeing the court really well.
Second most efficient hitter in the conference at 33% coming into action here.
Wow.
Slightly ahead of Lauren Tremblay and Abby Goosen, who are 3rd and 4th.
I think she's just a great example of efficiency is not about how hard you hit it. It's about judgment and knowing when to get after it, like she did on that last one, and when to maybe do those roll shots.
Heavy swing there from Pantovic. Karam's off a Panda defender and out of bounds. See Dacre step out. Doyon comes back in. The server is Claire Cosarini out of Calgary. Goosen a little bit of difficulty with that. Tremblay still got a roll. That one from Pantovic goes into the net.
Yeah, interesting right now on the T-Bird side, we've got Borowski setting. And she's just such a versatile player. It's incredible. Her blocking and attacking is as good as many opposites, and then she's able to step in and set. Really great strength of their team.
There she is, popping one up. Hands on that one from Pantovic. Tremblay let her fly, but the wall was formed. It was solid. Doyon and Borowski.
Yeah, from this angle, you can see that block was just kind of ready and waiting there for that block. Nicely pressed. Really hard to get that ball over.
I mentioned it's a very deep UBC team. Coming in here for Grewal is the fourth year out of Morris, Manitoba, Erica Vermette. She'll help to do the defensive work here. On set point, but they're not going to need it. Borowski with an ace to finish things off here. 25-17, a strong start for the Thunderbirds on the road.
Very strong. I'll be interesting to see what the stats say. I don't know if they really had a lot of errors. They were a pretty tight knit team on their side, which is really, really great to see coming out, and a really close game between two teams that have a lot of rivalry. So really interesting to see the stats there. And I think they did a good job of, not letting the Pandas get back from that lead that they had.
How do the Pandas get back into this one, Mariah?
Maybe I'm biased, but I do think there needs to be a little bit more variety in the offense. I think Abby Guzin and Tremblay are pretty much split in terms of volume right now, but Guzin struggled a little bit. So maybe bringing in Johnston more, I think, will be helpful. And perhaps if the passing is there, some middle offense. The Pandas are notorious for their middles this year. Both Allie Moore and Ronnie Dixon have had incredible nights here offensively. And it feels like there's something lacking from the game right now because we really haven't seen them get rolling. Of course, Eden Wade hasn't been playing as much lately, but we know she's got the capacity to run this show. She played a lot a couple of seasons ago. She's often in and out. And this year, there's been so many more subs on the Pandas in general that I think the bench is probably more comfortable than they've been in many years with the starters. So I think Eden's got to be that comfortable that she can start setting the middle here, and hopefully the passing allows her to do that.
See what happens in set number 2. We'll be back in a minute with that action right here on Canada West TV. Back inside the Salvo Community Sports Center here in Edmonton. UBC Thunderbirds enjoying a 1-0 lead. See, there's foam fingers, towels, face painters. Whole 9 yards here as we celebrate Legacy Nights. Grayson Knutson with Mariah Walsh and Carly Jansen. Hope you're enjoying your Friday, staying warm somewhere. Alberta will serve first in this second set, looking to bounce back. And it will be Eden Wade. Goes into the net. Neither team served really well in that opening set. Alberta 1 ace, 4 errors. UBC 2 aces, 5 errors. Akash Grewal. Little middle tip that time from Johnston. The adjustment from Borowski to get it over. Here's a back row look for Guzin. Did he get fingertips? Looking around, no it didn't. UBC gets that point.
I think this is a good vein. They're running an X with Johnston and then running that pipe with Guzin. But looking at the offensive numbers right now, the Pandas just need to score more points. So I think there's a balance between variety and new things, and then hitters just being able to put a ball away.
Nappet was trying her best to just get out of the way there, but that serve from Grewal's got some mustard on it.
I was going to say that had some heat for sure, and tough call on that. Could have dropped, but sometimes you just got to put your body in the way and hope that it's a good pass, or even at this point, 2.
Tremblay blocked Nobody covers. Players watching, but they watch it hit the floor.
I think there's just a lack of urgency on the Pandas side right now. I think they're waiting for one person to step up and kind of do everything for them, or rather that I think they need to come together as a team and work together.
4-point run to start this second set. Another big time serve from Grewal. She's third in the conference and aces coming into action here, just behind her teammate Borowski. And she's off to a great start. We're going to see Mackenzie Poole come in for Abby Guzin here.
Yeah, it's interesting the Pandas haven't switched up this rotation. They can split it, so Lauren would hit right side.
Over bump, and it's put down by Pantovic.
And perhaps they will still. Sometimes it's helpful when you're struggling to pass to just get in a new formation. Because Grewal is an excellent server, as she's showing us all.
She has served 5 straight points. You add that to the point they scored to open the set on the Wade serve, and it's a 6-0 run to begin set number 2. I suppose if you want to look for a positive for Alberta, it's the fact that those were the first 6 points of the set. There's still a lot of time left to make up that point, or that point differential.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's time to sort it out, and then there's also that huge benefit of volleyball that you just get to start fresh on the third set, and it's not like basketball. Your poor performance early does not carry on, but I think the Pandas will need to make some serious adjustments right now. It looks like they've started that by splitting, so Tremblay now in position 1, she's going to hit right side, and then Johnson out on the left side instead of that run around she was doing previously.
When you look at the series between these two teams, it has been one-way traffic for the last 4 meetings. UBC has won the last 4 in a row. Pandas haven't won since November of 2019. It was a long time ago in the before 4 times. Johnston, I think her follow-through took her onto the net there, and it did. So another freebie for UBC.
Much better pass there from Nappet. This split that the Pandas are in right now kind of relies on a good pass because now their best attackers on the right side. They can't bail it out to Lauren anymore.
Long run for Wade, pops it up for Johnston. Really tight to the net. UBC will just play it over. Here come the Pandas now. Middle for more. They're on the board.
A really nice choice from Wade there to get more in that play. Like Mariah was saying, really Pandas really lacking offensively, and that's what they need to kind of get them into this game.
Yeah, that's a great play, especially in transition.
Unfortunately, Tremblay will send the serve long. Claire Casarini ready to serve. It's a very veteran-heavy UBC squad. Lots of players in their 3rd, 4th, couple 5th years as well. There's a high ball for Poole, and she put it off the antenna, which, as you know, is out of play. As soon as it touches that, the play is dead.
I think tough one to hit. It was a great set from Nappet, but really weird angle. And I think the Pandas, they just need a better pass.
Again, Wade sent running off to the side. That one, though, was snapped down by Johnston, and she lets out a roar. Again, trying to inject some energy into the team.
Johnston is one of those players on the Pandas that really gets the team going, whether it's a block, a kill, something, even if it's not super crazy. She's just that one to try to get them going.
Another service error. I think Alberta's had 3 serves this set, and they've all been a miss.
Yeah, they're not giving themselves a chance to, close the gap.
Disrupts your own rhythm, too, when you're not playing a lot. We're not going to play this point either as it goes out the back from Borowski.
I think it is. You want to serve hard against UBC, but the Pandas are such incredible blockers consistently that they don't need to be serving aces. I think they can trust their defense a little bit, especially at home. I think the serving will definitely be something they need to improve in this match.
They got hands on that one, but it landed on the Alberta side. 11-3 UBC. And to your point, Mariah, Alberta third in the conference in blocks per set. UBC second, though. Another very good blocking team on the other side. Another serve there from Katarina Pantovic. Poole. Grewal. Good dig from Nappet. Back row Johnston.
A really nice choice there by Wade, getting Johnson involved in the back. Again, just opening up more for the defense on the UBC side to think about.
Still a 7-point deficit for the Pandas as we see Mackenzie Poole, the second year out of Burnaby, BC. And another missed serve. Carolyn O'Dwyer here just encouraging her team. Forget about it. Let's move on to the next one. It's about all you can do right now. Emma Doyon from Quebec with the serve. Tremblay off hands. Center dump that time, read by Johnston. Tremblay will take this one down. Turn and burn from Wade.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that choice because the rhythm of the Pandas tonight has been, I think, a little bit predictable. It's sort of the same over and over. And I think that's a good choice because it's surprising because it's the second attack, but it's also surprising because she up to the pace of the ball. So I think the Pandas need a little bit more of that energy. Johnston's been bringing it, but I think it's been lacking in other areas.
Broken record, another missed serve for Alberta. That one from Dixon. This time it's Robert Shaw. Tremblay played it over free. Here come the T-Birds. Grewal down the line. Into that back corner.
As good of the blockers as the Pandas are, when UBC is this kind of hyped up right now, I think they really need to do something other than those free balls. They need to, find a tough place for a free ball. I just don't think that they're doing anything to help themselves at this time in the game.
Carolyn O'Dwyer took a timeout here. Interesting here. She just went and immediately called over Lauren Tremblay to have a word with her while the rest of the team was in their own huddle. But seeing some of the frustration on the face when she turns our direction away from the players, because you don't want to show the players her facial expression with some of the frustration, but we can see it, and it's a little visible for her right now.
I think it's really hard because especially, I think they're really struggling on the service line right now. I think I don't think they've gotten one over this set, and that's just one thing that is kind of in your control. It's not UBC doing anything to them. It's the Pandas stopping themselves, which is really hard because that's not something that it's quite fixable. But it's just it's them stopping themselves.
You're not going to beat many teams with this many self-inflicted wounds, let alone a team as good as UBC. And to their credit, UBC just keeps on rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been very solid, and I think several players are executing really nicely offensively.
And perhaps that's some of the frustration as well on the Panda side, is there's just no opening at the moment to try to exploit as Grewal pokes it deep. Poole is there. Another free ball here for the Thunderbirds to try to take advantage of. Cosarini, what a take by Johnston.
Nice.
Kick save and a beauty. Now can she put it away? Yes, she can.
I think that's much better teamwork from the Pandas. I think they got a bit lucky that the T-Birds put that free ball over, but this is not lucky. Great dig from Johnston. And I like the choice to go back to Johnston. She's clearly on right now. You have to go to the hot hitter. She's playing great defense. I think, great choice from Wade.
I think Cosarini took that one off the nose. Big block! Moore and Tremblay!
That's good to see as well. I don't recall a recent match where the Pandas have performed well without Lauren performing well. So it's nice to see her getting that point and getting fired up.
Wade with the serve. Jost a high ball for Borowski to put over. Now Johnston rips one. Good dig from Robert Shaw, the setter. Johnston! She might just drag the Pandas back into this one by herself.
Like Mariah said, smart of Wade to go back to that hot hitter, and she had a one-on-one. So really good job of Johnson to execute.
This is a great rotation for the Pandas because if you take a step towards Johnston, you're leaving Tremblay.
Borowski will get UBC out of it though. Good spot on that back line.
Yeah, nice swing from Borowski.
Here's Grewal. We know what she can do back at the service line. And it's out.
You definitely breathe out when that happens. It's like a tough rotation for the Pandas combined with a really good server, and they miss. It's like a little chance for the Pandas.
I always loved
here.
it when that happened. It was always a nice little gift.
See if Tremblay could take advantage. Middle, Cosarini. Haven't seen a ton of middle from UBC, but Claire Cosarini there with the kill.
Yeah, this is a nice pass from Jost, and Cosarini does a good job. Moore was right in front of her, lined up well, and she's an excellent blocker, but Cosarini, nice angle there.
And it is the Calgary native ready to serve. Quick for Moore, just poked it high. Pantovic, that was blocked. Wasn't sure it got over either way. It was a Panda point in the end. Allie Moore will go back to the line out of Sherwood Park. There's a good middle run, and it's ripped down by Doyon.
Yeah, it was a great execution by UBC. A phenomenal pass, and then right between the gap of those two blockers, very, very nice.
Great tempo too. The ball's barely out of Robert Shaw's hand. That's really nicely executed.
Poole leaned into that one. Pantovic, hard off hands. Another chance for the T-Birds. Pantovic again blocked. That one a little bit behind Doyon there. Chance for Alberta. Poole! Did she get a touch? No, she didn't. Point for the Thunderbirds. Couple of longer rallies starting to develop now.
Maybe just a little bit of a tight ball. Poole can really get a full swing on that.
Erica Vermette coming in here for Katarina Pantovic. Server is Borowski. Middle for Dixon, blocked. Doyon with the stuff, another chance for Alberta. That one got fingertips.
That's good to see from Poole. She's been a little bit up and down with that last error, but I think for the Pandas to perform better against the Birds tonight, they really need everybody.
Got ourselves a Canada West debut for Janelle Skinner. Number 7 out of Spruce Grove with the serve there. And she'll pop this one up. Poole leaned into it off the block and out.
It's really nice to see a double sub come in and make an impact right away. Obviously that's what they're intended for, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. But Mariah said it, Pandas bench, there's lots that you can choose from, and it's always great to see that those support players are coming on and making a difference.
Peyton Henderson also came on there.
Oh,
Stabbing at it was Skinner, and nobody able to get to that second ball.
Yeah, too bad they couldn't run that one down, but Skinner did a great job there coming in to serve. Sometimes it looks easy, but I think just by the number of missed Panda serves tonight, you know it's not easy. It's a high-pressure game. We've had a lot of misses, and she came in putting in 2 solid serves there.
Selecki comes in for Robert Shaw, so I suspect we'll see Borowski resume setting for UBC. Thunderbirds might be a little bit confused on their rotation here.
It's always better to ask. If you let that slide and then the wrong server goes, it's a lost point. But if you just go ask the ref proactively, then there's no penalty.
And clearly they were a little bit confused because now with the ball is Vermette ready to serve. Sometimes when you make a couple of subs too, you get a little lost where your rotation's supposed to be. The person you were beside is not there anymore. And
I think especially when the setter comes off the court, because that's their responsibility, and Robert Shaw's off right now. Maybe somebody else wasn't really keeping track.
Good dig by Jost. And we've got a handling error, double contact here against the UBC.
That's too bad. That was a beautiful dig. Her form on that was perfect.
Another sub for UBC. Borowski will come out. Gisela Goodger, the 4th year out of West Vancouver, will come in, and she'll do the setting now. Serving is Poole. Quick for Doyon, and Goodger just off the bench. Tough to go with a quick tempo set with your first touch.
Yeah,
I like the idea though.
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing UBC is known for is they're really comfortable with new people coming in, and they're very aggressive. It was a great pass, just a little misconnection there on the speed.
This one comes over on the Pandas side. Tremblay, that's a tough one when it comes over your shoulder. Couldn't quite keep it in.
That the Pandas should have had. There was an overpass by Casey Jost, and I think Pandas weren't really expecting that, but that's a play where if you're a blocker, you're ready to get that at the net and put that right back to the UBC side.
So you mentioned that UBC's not afraid to change things up. Doug Reimer will go to his bench. They've used 18 different players throughout the course of this season. Big swing from Henderson is off the block and out of bounds for a Panda point.
I do remember playing UBC, and just the players kept coming off the bench, and it was so frustrating because it'd be like, well, now I have to know what they do, their tendencies, and it was just, and each one had their own uniqueness and brought something to the team. So I think that's one of the strengths of UBC for sure.
And you were trying to deal with Kira Van Ryk as well.
That did not help.
She was a handful. Still is for Canada's national team. There's a swing for Selecki.
Pandas usually, we've mentioned, really good blockers, but I think today they've just, timing-wise, just hasn't been completely on. Would have been a really great block, but Tremblay a little bit off the net and a little late on the press.
Lots of subs going on here. See Borowski back in on the UBC side. Moore has returned for Alberta. Skinner looking for Tremblay. Blocked, and it will fall right behind her.
Yeah, I think, Carly, you mentioned it earlier. There's just not a ton of urgency on the covering right now, I think, for the Pandas. Some of it is, it's a lot easier to cover a ball that is hit high off hands, not into the meat of the block. But it does kind of feel like the Pandas have dipped a little bit back into that slump from the early part of the match.
Kylie Glanville will come in for Grewal here. The number 8 from Okotoks, Alberta. And that one was hammered off the arms of the player and up into the dividers here.
Yeah, great play from the double sub. That was super aggressive. Nice execution. And I'm sure, Carly, the Birds right now are thinking the same thing. Oh, now we have to learn a new opposite. She might only be on for a few more rotations.
Robert Shaw, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay, Robert Shaw stepped in for Selecki there on the UBC side. Henderson serving. Borowski didn't get everything she wanted on it, but came back on the UBC side. And there's a kill for Glanville.
I think this is a good example on the UBC side. They don't really care how it happens, but they're very happy to score a point. And that can also be frustrating because you think you've put people off balance, you got a middle setting, and then good offense is coming back.
Glanville to serve. Back row Henderson pokes at it. Here's a free ball chance for Alberta. Oh, a dump there from Skinner. That'll be her first point then.
Yeah, Skinner doing a really great job. You said this was her first match of the entire season.
Correct.
And that's great. You know, it takes a lot of courage and she's in her first year of eligibility to come and do a dump like that. So really good on her to do that and bring in, you saw the bench, so hopefully that brings some energy to the Panda side.
Henderson cross court out of the back. Nappet popped it up for her.
That's a great play. I love seeing Henderson out here with confidence. No one's afraid of setting her. It's really good to see.
And you know what, Nappet has been doing a really good job of the trouble balls in these sets so far, and there's been a couple and she's remained composed and put her hitters in the best possible position she can, so really good job to Nappet.
Great spot on the back line there from Vermette. She's still trying to round into form. This is just the third match she's played this season, Erica Vermette.
Yeah, that's a good example. I think the set was maybe a bit faster than what she was anticipating, but she's able to kind of get it to open space. And again, the Birds are not concerned with making anything perfect. They're being aggressive and they're finding good space on the Panda defense right now.
Elizabeth Lee subbed in here to serve on set point for UBC. He's a second year out of Vancouver. Just got it over, an ace for Lee, and that'll do it for set number 2, 25-18. So that early lead that UBC built is the difference in the end. The Pandas were able to kind of stay level after that, but unfortunately for them, the slow start cost them.
Yeah, I think they kind of just remained at that level the entire time, and they did some good things, but I just don't think they were able to remain consistent the entire match. And I'm sure we'll see in the stats, their serving I think is what really hindered them, and then kind of if that doesn't work for them, then everything else just kind of broke down.
Yeah, definitely the serving comes to mind. I think that created a lot of issues for the Pandas, and then their offense is still really lagging compared to the Birds. So really good to see at the end of the match there, Henderson coming in with urgency, Skinner taking some matters into her own hands. And I think that's good support around Tremblay. I'd still really like more middle offense though.
We'll see if they can find some of that in set number 3. The Pandas need to win it to stay alive. We'll come back in just a couple minutes right here on Canada West TV.
Abby Soy, go, she scores!
Want to know the recipe for a great time? Green, Gold, and Sherlock Holmes. It's the place to be before, during, and after the game, and it's right on campus. We continue to be a proud sponsor of Golden Bears and Pandas Athletics. Everyone has a Sherlock story. What's yours?
Back inside the Saville Community Sports Center here in Edmonton, South Campus of the U of A. UBC Thunderbirds up 2-0 on the hometown Pandas. As we get ready for set number 3, hope you're having a great Friday. Grayson Knutson with Carly Jansen and Mariah Walsh here with you. Legacy Nights at the Saville Center. We'll see if the Pandas can extend this match a little bit. We saw in the guys game earlier, UBC got up 2-0. The Bears would win set number 3 before the Thunderbirds ultimately took it in 4. Getting us underway here is Izzy Robertshaw. Tremblay, that's blocked. Popped up again for Lauren Tremblay, and another rejection from Claire Cosarini.
Nice block there from Cosarini. She's a veteran now, lots of size. Especially when Tremblay's hitting those 2 in a row, it just doesn't ask very much of Cosarini. She's not really having to move.
So both teams have mostly gone back to their original lineups, the exception Poole staying in on Alberta's side for Guzin. Although I'm sure throughout the set we'll see many subs from both teams, as we've seen throughout the match. You look at the UBC side, they've already used, I can't count that high, 13 players already. Cosarini, a little bit awkward angle, but she kind of punched it into the open corner.
Yeah, she really likes to hit the ball to one. I think that her major kill in the last set too, it's like her natural swing is across her body. I'm sure the Pandas prepped for that, but that deep, fast attack is hard to dig.
Akash Grewal with that tough serve. Another ace for her.
It's always tough being a serve receiver when there is that tough server. Sometimes you get into your head, especially when you're down 2-0. It's hard to, to pass and to really focus on that. So hopefully the Pandas just kind of need to get instead of a 3, just focus on getting a 2 or a 1, or hope for a missed hit or out. That always works.
Service error there. Give the ball back to Alberta, and here is Lauren Tremblay from St. Albert. Went to high school at Paul Kane. Nappet keeps it alive. Tremblay from the back.
Whatever it takes, right?
Reaction from head coach Doug Reimer was quite comical there.
He is a good one to watch.
Yes. Outstanding coach.
Yeah.
UBC 27th season now. There's a good swing there from Pantovic. The block can't get it out of the hands. Cosarini back at the service line for the T-Birds. Middle, quick for more! Wade just put it on a platter.
A nice set there by Wade. A really fast, great pass from Tremblay, fast. But Wade did a really good job of just kind of laying it up there for Ali Moore to come in nice and hard and attack that ball. Something that the Pandas really needs to get going in this set.
That one from Borowski will ricochet off fingertips and well out of reach.
Yeah, that's a nice swing from Borowski. And especially when she's heading into the back row, just to reestablish that, make the block think about it. And then she's feeling confident going into this serve.
Poole just played it over. UBC will scramble it back. Wade quick this time for Dixon. And a net touch from the Thunderbirds, and Doyon says, yep, that was me.
That one was just a tip. It would have gotten dug up, but it's really nice to see Dixon involved in the offense, especially in transition. It's harder to set the middle in transition. It's harder to attack, but even just the possibility of Dixon getting that ball is going to increase the spaces for other Panda attackers to hit through.
Here's a back row from Borowski, but big block from Dixon and Poole.
You can really see it, the Pandas trying to build some energy. Even though they didn't get that point, it was an error on UBC side, or I guess they blocked it who knows, but they're just trying to get energy wherever they can.
Believe it or not, this is the first time in the entire match that the Pandas have led. It's 6-5. Turn and burn from Wade.
Oh, that's awesome. Love Carolyn's reaction too. I really like to see that from the Pandas because normally they're not a team that makes a lot of substitutions. This year's a little bit different, but Wade came off the court for a bit there and still coming back with lots of confidence.
There's another block for Alberta. Wade and Dixon. Doug Reimer's going to take a timeout here. Alberta's up by 3, 8-5, and the momentum, at least for now, is firmly on the Panda side.
And I think, you know what, I don't think the Pandas are doing too much. I think they're just playing bump set spike right now. As before, they were there was a lack of urgency, they were timid, and they just kind of were waiting for someone else to do something for them. So now I think they've realized that they just kind of need to play their game. They don't need to do anything special. They just need to come out and kind of do what they've been doing in practice all week.
Yeah, I think they've been taking a few more risks. I'm thinking about getting that middle offense going, and then of course the turn and burn is a nice touch. I'm sure the T-Birds will come back with their own risks. They're that kind of team. And they've got many athletes who are ready to contribute right now. So I hope it stays at this level. This is much more what we were expecting for tonight.
The Pandas were quick to get back on the floor. They want to keep things rolling. UBC took the entire minute there. You can see waiting to serve is Johnston. Doyon let it fly. Great run there from UBC. The pass, the set, and the kill all executed brilliantly.
That's how you want to come out of a timeout. This is a beautiful pass. And Robert Shaw kind of reversing the flow, we call it. She's coming way forward, chucking it back, and that gets a one-on-one.
Serve from Pantovic is long. (9-6) Pandas in front. Here's Mackenzie Poole. They go to Doyon again, and it works.
Great swing there from Doyon. She looks really comfortable hitting that, and it does help. I think she's got one blocker most of the time.
There's back corner. Same play they ran coming out of the timeout, basically. Long run. Nobody's going to get to that second ball.
Yeah, that's just where someone else needs to step in and take that ball off of Eden Wade.
Doyon will serve. Tremblay down the line, well dug up by Borowski, and then hammered down by Casarini.
That is a really nice play, a great dig, and then such a quick release to Casarini that is just hard for the Pandas defense to get set up again for that such a quick play.
Another serve for Doyon as we're tied at 9. Tremblay's tip will drop right behind the blockers. Been a little quiet lately, Lauren Tremblay. We'll see if she gets back involved more in the offense.
I think she will. Tremblay always manages to be that person later in the set, but that is nice to see because it's kind of a signature touch of hers, the short tip, and the read and react defense of the T-Birds depends on them kind of making a call, and we know she's also got a really great line shot, so I hope she takes that out next time.
Dixon aired on her serve. Now Robert Shaw. Tight for Wade, and she's going to get called for a lift here.
That's a tough one.
It's a little bit too tight to the net. Couldn't quite keep it alive cleanly.
Yeah, I think on that ball, since Wade is front row right now, it's best just to get there fast and maybe dump it.
Tremblay ripping it cross court. Long run, good effort from Pantovic. Can't reel that one in though.
Yeah, on that approach, you can see Tremblay looks really comfortable. She was dynamic, and she really worked nicely around that block. Just like Mariah said, she'll bounce back in. I think she's a very, very good player. I don't think she has lots of every player has down lows and highs, but I think Tremblay is a really good support and really count on her in the passes.
Borowski swung hard, but she ran into a cement wall.
That's great to see. Obviously, there's execution there too, but that's kind of what you want when the middle is bump setting. Who is Costarini going to set? Power. So it's really nice to see them make that choice and execute.
Nappet wants second contact. Here come the Birds. Borowski just caught a piece of the block to slow it up and make it hard to dig.
Yeah, this is kind of how the T-Birds have been all night. The Pandas get a big point, some momentum, and then they're coming back with really solid, consistent play. And I think the score reflects that.
Another serve for Grewal. Kept alive by Wade, and Tremblay couldn't reach that next ball.
A tough one, not much you can do on that one. Wade tried her best, and sometimes you just got to move on and focus on that next point.
UBC's back in front, 13-12. Here's the score. Here's Grewal. Johnston rolls it over. Pantovic blocked. Still up, now it'll drop. Unfortunately, Doug Reimer's third touch doesn't count. He did get it over.
Could be a fun new rule to implement.
The bench gets one hit a game. 13 apiece. A tight third set here at the Saville Center. Tremblay the server. Pantovic strong with the swing.
Yeah, good resilience from Pantovic. I played with her a little bit a few years ago, and she's definitely one of those athletes, as you would like in an outside hitter. She doesn't think too much when she gets blocked. She just goes at it again.
Tremblay will roll it over. Borowski caught fingertips. Ricocheted away from the defenders.
A really nice set by Robert Shaw there. A tight pass, but you can see she switched her shoulders. I don't know if.
Yeah.
But a really nice, and it was a great location. Really, really nice set.
Nappet pops it up high for Poole. Blocked! Doyon! And that's going to mean a timeout for Alberta. 16-13 UBC in front. We'll step aside as well and be right back on Canada West TV.
Yeah.
U Sports Women's Final 8 coming to Edmonton, just a couple of months. Can't wait for that. More on the sideline.
I can't wait for more of that.
That's
that was
good.
awesome.
More. And she'll go back to the service line now. Panthers need to find a way to steal a couple here with their serve, and that'll help. An ace for Moore.
That was a really nice serve by Moore. Not often do you see Jost not be able to pass something. She's quite a strong libero, so really nice job of getting in between Grewal and Jost, making them make that communication error.
Doyon partially blocked, and unfortunately, one of those ones that goes straight up and you just can't find it.
Yeah, it's too bad because it's a really nice block touch on that play.
See there, Casey Jost bounced back nicely with a perfect pass as well, the veteran. Sure she's enjoying her time back home, playing in front of friends and family again. Grewal pokes it from the back. Poole leaned into it, caught the block and out of bounds. Point Alberta.
Nice swing on Poole there. You could see that her approach was coming in really wide, and I think her intention was to find some hands and go out, so really nice job.
Double sub for Alberta. Skinner and Henderson back in. Wade is out, and so is Johnston. So it will be Janelle Skinner serving. And Janelle Skinner's got an ace.
Another great serve from Janelle. She's been very aggressive and steady tonight. No surprise, a really accomplished athlete at the youth level, but it's nice to see.
Another serve for the freshman. Big kill from Pantovic.
That was a really nice pass from Grewal, but also a nice adjustment from them as a team. Pantovic was previously passing down the line here. That's a hard ball to pass. Instead, this time she gets to not pass, not worry about that, and just be an attacker, which is where she really excels.
Now she's back at the service line. Nap it up high for Poole. That's another kill for Mackenzie Poole.
A really nice high swing from Mackenzie Poole, going over that block and finding that deep corner, which is really hard to dig.
Callista Nappet once again, putting the ball in a spot for her frontline attackers to utilize. Poole will serve. A little bit of a loopy serve that goes out the back. UBC will make a substitution. Doyon comes out. Victoria Dieker comes back in. She will serve. Dieker spent a little bit of time with the Canadian under-18 program. Dixon, good flying dig there from Grewal. Free ball chance here for Alberta. Tremblay pokes it over. Casarini knocking it back. Here come the Birds. Grewal split the block, found the back corner.
Another great swing from Grewal. Just a good example here. It's kind of been a bit chaotic, but she sees it here, huge space. And it's hard. Mackenzie Poole had to come way into the center of the court like that because there was a massive seam. But she really couldn't adjust at that point to dig that deep attack.
Trinity Selecki came in there for Izzy Robertshaw. Tremblay sends it to the back line. Borowski doing the setting. Good dig by Skinner. Skinner over for Tremblay. Tough one. Still alive. Here come the Birds. Grewal off the block. Smart play. Not many options there for Grewal. Just threw it into the hands.
Yeah, she did really well to score on that. And she's right now at 50% efficiency.
I think she's this, if we see the stats after this, then I think she's done a really good job, and I think that her efficiency is only going to...
Timeout taken by Carolyn O'Dwyer, 18-21. Alberta trailing. We'll be right back on Canada West TV.
Golden Bear and Panda fan, it's time to get your gear. Go visit Bears and Pandas.
Back inside the Saville Center, awaiting the serve from Victoria Dieker, who's had a nice run. Unfortunately for her, it comes to an end. See a serve sub here on Alberta's side. Misha Hamid coming in for Ronnie Dixon. Misha went to Strathcona High School here in the city. Selecki blocked. Tremblay. 1 point game.
Yeah, nice job from Misha Hamid. She's done a really excellent job this year coming in these pressure moments, executing well on the service line.
Coming into action, 6 aces, 6 errors for Hamid as Grewal off the edge of the block again.
Yeah, another great swing. She didn't have much space there down the line. She probably should have no space down the line, knowing what we know about the Panda defense. However, great swing.
Yeah, she's definitely a player that the Pandas need to key on, especially in this game. She's been really on fire.
Selecki the server. Tremblay blocked. Borowski with the rejection. 3-point lead for UBC. And we'll remind you quickly, stay tuned after the match. We'll have an interview with a member of the winning squad, whoever that is. Double sub back for Alberta. Skinner, Henderson out. Wade Johnston in. Selecki to serve once more. Middle for Moore, had to reach for that one. Cosarini got it over, dug up by Johnston. Tremblay, strong off the hands, out of bounds.
Really nice to see Tremblay work with that ball. Maybe not the ball that she wanted, but she saw that those hands were exposed and she really used them, which was great.
And another nice dig from Johnston. Right from the beginning of this match, she was playing urgent defense. That's a ball from Cosarini that you can kind of let fall and say, oh, good attack, but really good defense.
Robert Shaw back in the game here, and that one will just drop right on the back line. When it's working for you. Cosarini gets it to go, and she's having a laugh about that one. Brings up match point.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's not the prettiest, but a point is a point, and that is a tough ball to dig that deep in the court.
Erica Vermette will come in for Grewal here to serve. Again on match point. And a couple to work with here for the Thunderbirds. Tremblay didn't hit that one cleanly, but she also found the back line.
Yeah, it's good to see here going to Tremblay. Nice high swing. And I think if you want anyone serving on the Pandas normally, it would be Tremblay.
Pantovic off hands. Poole. That one bounces in. Pandas stay alive.
Pandas are doing a really good job of just working on their own side, not really focusing on UBC's side, but right now it's 23-24. I think they just need to focus on what they can do. They're in control of this serve, and so they just need to just really focus on a tough serve, obviously, but good digs and come out as hard as they can.
Doug Reimer took a timeout there, so both teams have used all of their timeouts here in this third set. Still UBC on match point, and they'll be able to receive. Where would you go if you're Doug Reimer with this one? Obviously, depending on the pass.
I think one hallmark of UBC is they've always got a bunch of options, and sometimes they go with something surprising. Cosarini's had a really good success recently. I think Borowski is a good choice because of the block, potentially.
Robert Shaw will look for Borowski. Cross court, Wade put it back on the Thunderbird side. Cosarini puts it away, and UBC will sweep the opening match of the weekend against the Pandas, 25-23. But I think if you're Alberta, you look at that third set and go, that's a little bit closer to how we want to play.
I think so, but I think they're still going to be a little bit disappointed with how they played.
Sure.
I think they were, third set definitely better, but I still don't think they reached the capacity that they can play at.
Meanwhile, UBC just kept rolling along there, didn't seem to let anything faze them.
UBC with a really strong performance, especially offensively tonight.
We'll let Mariah go wrangle up a Thunderbird here. We'll get ready for that. So Carly, we are looking forward to tomorrow now, and obviously the Pandas are going to have to make some adjustments here. What would you like to see them change?
You know what, I think I just want to see them come out with a different little, from the beginning they looked a little flat and not really playing how they usually play. Again, it is 1 versus 2, so maybe a little bit of pressure they felt. But I think they just need to come out and just maybe have a little bit more fun. Sometimes that's all you need to kind of put a spark in it. But that being said, UBC did a really good job of putting the pressure and continuing that pressure throughout the entire game.
Looks like Akash Grewal is getting close to getting ready to join us. We will give her a headset as she comes on in. Come on in, Akash. Give you that. We'll just wait and see. No, I'm just kidding. All right, throw on a headset. We're good to go. And there she is, Akash Grewal, joining us on the post-game show. First of all, congratulations on the victory. How did you see things from your perspective here this evening?
I mean, there were some rocky moments here and there, but when it came down to just needing to calm down and settle, I thought our team did a really good job of that. Something we've been working on for a while, but yeah, serve and pass is really where the game ends and starts, so we're going to keep working on.
Heading into this weekend, what were some of the things you were looking for? Obviously, first versus second, a big contest for both these teams. What were some of the things you guys were trying to key on?
Alberta's a really scrappy team, so I mean, it's not really about who can score, it's about who can continue the rally. That's what we've been working on, and we tried our best and ended up working in the end.
And tomorrow, what do you expect the Pandas to come back with?
I think their serving's going to be a lot tougher. They're a strong serving team. They put a lot of pressure on us that way. We handled it at times, but that's definitely something we need to keep working on.
One of the things I noticed, Akash, is that head coach Doug Reimer has used 18 players on floor throughout the season. Speaks to the depth of the program. What's it like to play with so many talented volleyball players?
It's quite an opportunity. Honestly, I'm so lucky to play with all these girls. It's really about knowing your role and really going to compete for that role and pursue it as well as you can. So whether it's you're a serving sub, you're a passing sub, everyone goes and they know their job and they try their best to do it. And everyone did that tonight, so it was great.
Absolutely, you sure did. Well, here's your opportunity to say hello to everybody back home in Vancouver if you'd like. Go ahead.
Okay, hi Mom, hi Dad, hi Milo, I love you.
There you go, Akash Grewal. Wonderful game for you and your UBC Thunderbirds. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. Best of luck.
Thanks so much.
There you go. Akash Grewal joining us here. Post-game. Take a look quick some of the numbers. Well, this is just from the last set. 3 kills in that last set for her. UBC swung so well throughout the match. Side out percentage was very high as well. So we take a look back at some of the game highlights. Mariah Walsh has rejoined us now, and got a quick hug there with some people you know. Obviously, you just get to know everybody in this volleyball family, don't you?
Volleyball is so small, so it's really great to see some of those athletes that I played with that are kind of now at the more senior end of their career. And I think it's also nice to see in the crowd here tons of people supporting from Calgary and Edmonton, so lots to look forward to tomorrow.
It should be a fun one, of course. This will be the first match of the doubleheader. That'll get going at 5 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock if you're watching from BC. It's been a fun evening, and we hope for a couple more good matches tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. On behalf of our entire crew here at the Saville Center, Carly Jansen, Mariah Walsh, this is Grayson Knudsen saying so long from Edmonton. We'll see you back here tomorrow.